watch me whip and then watch me nay nay.
Nay.
Welcome back to the Ennui Talk podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Winter. This is Benjamin Davis.
What were you just doing, Matt?
What? It's just the phone of my dad. What's your problem?
Yeah. You say, yeah. I know I just said this, but I'll say it again.
What?
When you're on the phone to your parents, you put on this really weird, like, it's almost like baby talk voice.
It's not.
Like,
it's not.
It's not,
Can't.
but it's almost like it's very close. It's like,
Okay,
I love you, Dad.
Give me an example. I don't know. I go, love you, Dad.
You don't say
No,
it like
that's
that.
not-
You do not say
I
that.
do.
You do
It's
not.
like I go, love you, Daddy.
It's almost
Or
like
love you,
that.
Mum.
Like Dad said.
Love you.
I went to go. I was out of the room, but like I could still hear you through my earphones.
Fair.
I was out of the room, and it sounded like you said, "I love you, Daddy," because you put on like that, like that tone, like like that rule.
No, your AirPods were cutting out, mate.
No, they weren't.
They clearly were. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. You said you were gonna stop calling me out in the podcast.
No, I said I was going to stop bullying you on the podcast.
Is this bullying?
Yes.
Or is this character
No,
building?
it's not. It's character building.
Yeah, sure. That's what I was saying.
It's training.
It's training. Yeah. Thanks, cunt. If you haven't heard of this podcast before, which you probably haven't, you can, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, please. We also make videos on the other channel. It's in the description somewhere, probably. What else do we do? If you're watching on Spotify, I wonder how many people will actually watch on Spotify.
Probably none.
I've never watched a podcast on Spotify. However, it'd be interesting to see Joe Rogan, because obviously he went to Spotify exclusive for the
did he
video
really?
and the podcast. Yeah, did you know he's done that for end of last year?
Oh, really? I don't watch his stuff.
You should. There's some I pick and choose. There's some good stuff in there.
I know I've talked a lot of shit about him in the past, but I have recently been like, I could probably dabble in it and see where it leads me.
I think there's some very, very good episodes. I think that like you obviously listen to your what's it called?
Your mum's house.
Your mum's house,
Yeah,
and a
and
bit of
Two Bears, One
Two Bear,
Cave.
One
Yeah.
Cave.
With Tom
There's some
Segura
really
and
good
Bert
ones with
Kreischer.
comedians. Correct. There's some really good podcasts he does with comedians. There's also some really good ones he does with some actors. The Miley Cyrus one was actually like really good.
Yeah, right.
She talked about like her drug use and shit like that as well. Because
She's
it's like,
pretty fucked
she was I think she actually did it pretty well. Like the whole thing where it was like this Disney star, and she had to go like she had to do like a really hard turn. Do you know what I mean? Like to the whole like we can't stop, we won't stop. Party girl, naked on the wrecking ball and shit. So then people would go like just like get rid of that Disney shit out of her head, and then she could come back and do actual like decent pop music.
Oh, so is that what she said?
That's like the
gist.
the Matthew Winter explanation. Yeah.
Right.
Is that good?
'Cause
Is that a good explanation?
I've never thought of it like that. But that's like, I would have never thought that that's how a Disney star would have went down that road. Like from being a kid actor to then like this hardcore, like does drugs, a little bit fucked up,
Well, how old is she now?
She'd be like nearly 30, wouldn't she?
She's 29.
Damn.
It's like she's only a few years older than me. But like I remember,
She's way
I
more
think it was
successful than me.
specifically like, nothing particular, but I'm pretty sure like Zac Efron and like Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical like had like a lot of problems, sort of going from like, hey, High School Musical to let's be like serious actors. Vanessa Hudgens slowly got there, but then while Miley Cyrus did her thing and released some good songs, I remember like Vanessa Hudgens was in Spring Breakers. Did you ever watch Spring Breakers? And it was like 4 hot girls going to spring break.
I never
like a
watched it,
rapper.
but I remember seeing the trailer for it. I'm like, damn, that's a film that a young 12-year-old boy could probably get into.
What's the first movie that you got a boner for, do you think?
That I got a boner for?
Yeah.
Like distinctly remember you getting a boner for, or?
Oh, yeah, let's say distinctly remember. Because I know mine. If you can't think.
I'd actually probably. I mean, this is probably just super like obvious and like super lame, but like it would have been an American Pie film.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because see, mine, this might be hard to believe, but the first movie that I ever got a boner to was actually The Boy in Striped Pajamas. Like when I found out they were going to those gas chambers, like I just looked down and I have this like massive erection. If I'm going to be serious, it was actually, so I was in a room with
you weren't being
my friend
serious? What a
Hayden.
fucking shock.
No, yeah, funny. It was in my room with my friend Hayden and his brother Josh and his friend Mark, and we were sitting there watching American Pie: Book of Love, exclusive. It was a direct-to-DVD release
was a
of
direct-
the American Pies.
It's not a bad movie either.
It's not, is it? It's
fair-
actually not as bad.
To be fair, I fucking love the American Pie franchise. I'd love to make a movie like that one day.
We've discussed that as well, actually.
Yeah, it is
many
just
times.
like terrible, terrible movie concept, but fucking hilarious because it really captures that age bracket where it's like, yeah, I am like sexually frustrated and like just horny all the time.
I think that's what they call that. That's what they ended up like. Like, there's many other teen sex comedies that came after that, but like none of them were ever as good as the original ever.
Actually, one movie that I distinctly remember for a weird sort of sex, not a sex scene, but like a sex gag was Epic Movie.
Epic Movie, yeah, I can see that.
Oh no, this not another teen movie. Or not
Yeah,
another teen drama. Yeah. There's that part where the chick's getting railed in the high school window, and you see her bare ass pressed against the window. I'm like, yeah, it's
good.
It's a good ass.
There was one movie with like a really good sex scene. I can't remember what it was. That's what it was. It was Team America World Police, and with the two dolls like having sex with each other. Oh, like that shit just gets me off. Speaking of getting off, I think it's weird. Personally, I think it's weird when people jack off to hentai. I don't see the appeal in it, like, whatsoever.
Hentai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never got it either. It's my Google history is so weird.
There is such thing as an incognito tab, sir.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, maybe that's
Oh, I haven't used that yet.
What?
What?
Oh no way.
Yeah, what about it? What are we gonna say about hentai?
Let me get into a incognito tab, please.
Okay, getting there. While we're waiting, Omni Plus is a Patreon. If you guys want to get early access to these podcasts, if you listen this far, you're definitely going to be in for the long haul. Most people probably clicked off about 3 minutes. If I look at our retention on YouTube, it's probably like 2.5 minutes. As soon as I said I jacked off to The Boy in Striped Pajamas, we lost a lot of viewers. Anyway, continue about hentai.
Yeah, I don't get because like prove tell me if I'm wrong. But is the point of hentai not that they're underage girls?
You're wrong. I think the appeal of it is that it's that they like anime and then it has naked girls.
Oh,
However,
right.
I think there's a subgenre of that where it's like, I like underage girls.
Because I've always
somebody's going to
never
take that out of
seen,
context really bad.
like hentai. Oh, sorry, I haven't seen, but the memes and like from what I knew, like as a kid, like not a kid, a teenager. When I heard hentai, I always thought like high school chicks being drawn getting fucked, and I was like, are they just like? Is it like underage porn, but they can get away with it because it's cartoon based? Like I never really understood.
No, I don't know. I think like even like anime in general, the women look younger. Like I think it's like that sort of thing.
Yeah, is that not weird?
No, I don't think so. Personally,
Oh,
but like that's also like bled into like IRL, like how every single, like every 16-year-old looks 18. Do you know what I mean? Like, actually, no, that's sort of the other way around, isn't it? Like that's like, no, but do you know what I mean? Like the whole, that's a different thing altogether. But like
there's an old Ennui joke that I really felt like saying just then.
What was it? No, don't say it. I'm not. It's not a good one. But have you noticed how like I think that younger girls want to look older. I think it's this whole
I get that
maturity.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a video by Vsauce. It came out a while ago. I think I was pretty sure it was Vsauce. And it was talking about how people, like a 20-year-old back in 1970 looks older than a 20-year-old now. Like 20-year-olds now look young. And that has to do with like the health of people back then, the style, the haircuts, you know, even like shit like the posture of people and like how people are more aware of stuff and that.
I was gonna say I fully agree with that, because you think about like when I was in high school, I looked like a fucking like when I was in year 12 and I was 17, even when I was 18, I looked like a 15-year-old. Like I did not look my age at all. Like I've only really just recently started growing facial hair. I'm 22, but then, you know, I know a person who's 17 and has a full beard.
And they look older, don't they? Like they could pass for a 21-year-old.
Certain genes and certain people just come out, I guess.
Absolutely. Oh, it's just interesting. Like, and that's why you have to be really careful when you go down to the pub and you have a drink and you go, "Hey, honey."
Well, they shouldn't be in the pub if they're not 18.
No, but if they've, I think, okay, this might be a bit of a
hot topic,
hot take. And I think that freshly 18, to go for a freshly 18-year-old is weird. Correct?
That's a really hot topic coming from you.
No, I was 25.
No.
Yeah, I was 25. And I slept with an 18-year-old. And so this is coming from the source that it's weird. And I think it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Like it's going to
sound really weird.
Like you think that it's going to be all that, and then you realize that it's like, nah, this is actually kind of not
the same
that cool.
as everything else.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, funny story. So like, there's people I've met like because you know I work at McDonald's, and throughout the years, there's been like you have conversation with younger people, and like especially like the younger boys, and they see you as like a role model and all this shit, and they go, and I quote, "Hey Marty, I just had sex for the first time. ... Is that it?" Like they think it's going to be like this life-changing thing, and they're going to like shake in their fucking boots, and they're going to like come everywhere. And
I think one of the biggest things like with today is the amount of like access people have to pornography. So when you think about that first time, you've experienced that maybe 100+ times before you actually have sex. You've definitely wanked off.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know,
and you think you're going to be like railing from behind, and she's going to be like giggling.
You last like 30 seconds.
Yeah, God, yeah. Oh, I lasted like at least 5 minutes my first time. I lasted like a long time the first time. Actually, the first time I ever had sex, my girlfriend said, "Wow, where'd you learn those moves? You're definitely not a virgin." And then I said, "No, I am." No, she said,
"You're not J. Cole. Calm down."
She said, "Why can't you get hard for me? Why? Why can't you get hard for me? Maybe you should get energy injections in your ass."
We mutually know this person.
Correct. Maybe you should get energy injections in your ass, and then maybe you'll love me. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but like you get the gist. You get the gist of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that first times these days aren't important as they probably were 30, 40 years ago.
So what do you think? So we have like a lot of younger viewers, probably between the age of 14 and 18.
That's too young.
For those in that age bracket, and also those who are over that age bracket and can't get laid, what's your advice like for their first time?
My advice?
Yeah, we're an advice podcast now. This is not a comedy podcast. This is a sex advice podcast.
Don't expect fireworks.
That's pretty good advice. Do you want to
hear my advice? Especially as a male, because like I think you'll find that once you're actually in that moment, you're like, damn, there's a lot of pressure right now to impress. The next, if you're not in a relationship with a person, that you're very serious about, and it's like a fling, it's like you need to make you're gonna feel like you need to make a mad impression. Like you're gonna have to. It's the best moment of her life. And if you fucked it up, it's just like, damn, take a fucking hit.
That's actually pretty good advice. That's actually pretty good advice.
Yeah.
I should probably give some advice as well. My advice is, so I would suggest taking them from the back first, and there are 2 holes, and if you just slip it in the back
That's a
hole
genre.
and just go, oops, wrong hole, and just keep going,
Yeah.
she'll eventually she
It's
might
weird that I
enjoy
know
it.
that, but that is
Is it really?
that is a genre.
Never seen it.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a good genre.
That is a pretty good genre. I just want to clarify. I'm gonna clip that, but I just want to clarify that
Don't
you should
stick it in their asshole.
consent is very important. And do not have sex with somebody if they don't want
If
it.
I Google
And don't just go,
hole,
oops, wrong hole.
Yeah.
Don't just go, oops, wrong hole.
Lots
That's
of
kind
websites. Yeah. I have to be. Because,
Are you in an incognito
oh
tab?
my God. Jesus Christ. That is
Thank you. Would
fucking
you like your fiance
rough
to come
picture.
in and have a look?
Oh, these are all just. Oh, that's someone fingering a dog.
Is it? Wait, can you get it to come in?
Oh my God. This picture, man. This picture. I just have to.
Are we all right?
Yeah,
don't send it to me anywhere. I don't want to be on a list
right now.
I'm already on enough lists as it is. Stop. No, okay. Let me just click on. Oh, what the? That's really. That's.
That's not oops.
That's
She's done this before.
She has.
Mm.
I'm just gonna click off that tab because I really don't want to see that right now. That's kind of gross. Actually, there's something I want to bring up because I was scrolling through my messenger today. I replied to a message on Messenger, I swiped out, and there's 6 Facebook Marketplace messages. And I looked through and it's all these people that are asking, hey, is this camera available? Because for about 4 months ago, I sold my camera. And I just didn't put it as sold. And then I noticed it the first time.
You broke the rule.
No, look. Let me look. The thing is, I kind of think it's funny when people ask to say, hey, is this available? And they don't get a response. And the feeling that somebody possibly might get upset at that just makes me laugh. Imagine getting oh, this fucking guy didn't fucking respond to my message about his fucking camera and I really need one. That makes me laugh. There's probably a majority of them just go, oh, okay, that's right. I don't know, he might have sold it. Who cares? Moving on. But some people just get eaten up inside by stuff like that. And I think it's so funny. Am I the asshole? Maybe.
Am I
Perhaps.
the asshole?
Am I the asshole? That's all over my TikTok right now.
That's a good trend.
Oh, it is a good trend.
I like that trend.
Yeah. That's a lot on my TikTok right now. I've actually been going in and going, I'm not interested. I like a bunch of this stuff. I might see the trend of 2 24-year-old hot bikini girls dancing to a trend. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And then I might see it a few videos down. I'm like, yep, this is all right. But, I've seen it before. And I scroll down again and it's the same people doing the same thing. That one that goes,
oh, yeah.
Fortnite moves. Come and do it again.
Yeah.
And it's all right. I like seeing, there was these guys and they had the camera filming and they recorded the screen and they go, oh, can you take this video for me? It's already recording. They hand it to an old lady in a Walmart and they do that dance and just make the sound and go, and it's a pretty good trend. You know what I'm saying?
I think one of the best, shout out to your mum's house podcast again.
Yeah.
Christina P or Christina Pajinski, her TikTok compilations, man, are just.
No idea what you're talking about.
She has a segment in the podcast where she compiles, I guess. She's trained her TikTok feed to show weird shit. She's trained her For You page to only show rednecks, super cringe shit. And they are
it's so easy to do.
They are chef's kiss. I think that's where I'm not I'll give them a bit of credit. I won't give them full credit, but I think the reason Andrew Tate is so big is because of Your Mum's House podcast, and I purely believe it's because of one of her TikTok segments that they came across the guy. Because then Tom
Really?
has this Cool Guy series, and he fell into it, and it just exploded from there. But yeah,
Interesting. I'm sure that would have had like a big impact there.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Tom Segura is like one of the most, in my opinion, he's at the moment he's my favorite comedian plus content creator. Like he does it so well. He's just I don't know.
You see, that's like I really like their
Yeah.
I don't know, their how they do things. Like I like the whole podcast thing, and then you can split it up into clips, and you can have this like
Yeah.
this presence on TikTok and social media where you don't have to listen to the podcast, but you can still release like funny shit. Like Tim Dillon does the same thing. Like it's just so like I don't know. That's the modern age comedian for me. Have a podcast, talk some shit, maybe do some stand up here and there. Like a lot of them still do stand up. Like they love doing stand up, but it's really good that they don't have to go like, I don't know. I don't have to do like the Cheaper by the Dozen reboot, like just to pay my bills.
Yeah.
I can just do a podcast and like do comedy, do comedy stores around the country at the same time.
I will give them one thing though. They always touch on hot topics.
Like such as?
Like
such what?
They always just bring up like whenever they give an opinion, it's like it's always a hot opinion, but for some like I don't know what. I don't know if it means that I'm like also fucked up. It's the same opinion I have on the thing.
Do you have an example
for example, like they both have an opinion on the LGBTQ plus community. Now, I will accept if you decide to identify as a fucking plant. That's cool. But do not get upset with me if I don't automatically assume that.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Plus, I will always think it's a little bit weird.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And they are so open about that. They're just like, yeah, it is fucking weird. I will accept it, but it's fucking weird.
There was this whole thing I saw. It is like I think it's a documentary, and it's like about LGBTQ, but like I don't know, like the weird. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's a documentary about it. And there was this interview with a lady, and she was a school teacher, and she's like, "There's kids in my class, like they're 7, 8 years old, and they identify as like a cat or a dog, and their parents are okay with it, but I can't say like they respond in like meows and woof woof, and I can't say anything about it as a teacher because it's not my place to do so."
It's a view. It's like the same. I remember like similar sort of circumstances, a little bit different because I feel like since I left school, this stuff's become way more like not acceptable, but more common for people to be open with. But when I was at school, like Donald Trump became president, obviously.
Where is this going?
I'm getting there. We would always ask teachers about their opinions on the matter, and they would always respond with, "We can't give political, religious advice because we're technically influencers."
Wait, politics or religion?
Yeah, both.
Then what's the difference between that and religion then?
What do you mean?
Like then doing religion at class?
Yeah,
like the class itself.
That's where I got confused. I'm like, why teach? Why teach? I guess though, really, when they teach religion, they're not necessarily teaching like Christianity, Catholicism, Buddhism. They're just teaching that the foundation of religious aspects.
But wasn't it just Christianity, really?
Not well. When I did it, it wasn't really like I only went to a few classes because I decided to not do the class, and I had a note saying that, so I got out of it.
Oh fuck! I wish I did that.
But I actually forged my note. But my brother went to a private Catholic school, and he was taught Catholicism. But when we did it, I felt like it was more like, here's the foundation of what religion is. And I think they used the Bible, like, I don't know what it's called because there's so many fucking versions of it. Say the Christian version of the Bible.
The New Testament? Is that what you like? Yeah.
They used it because it's probably the most well known within our community, like our
Yeah, I'm sure
our-
other high schools would have done something different.
like our economical sort of fucking
Mm.
stage. Whereas if you were in like a Middle Eastern or a different country, they'd probably teach like the
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Like they just choose the most popular in the area. But yeah, I remember distinctly because we were like, "Oh, what's your opinions of Trump being a president?" And like, I'm not allowed to say because of my position in teaching, it's considered like influencing you to push. I was like, damn, that's weird.
see
That's
that makes a
strange.
lot of sense.
Yeah.
See, that's actually like different. Like, because me at work, I'll share political opinions all the time.
Hmm.
Like, and technically, as a manager, I am an influencer. Is that wrong of
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
But well, can I say to them, if you want my political opinions, head on over to your local podcast provider and listen to the On We Talk podcast? Is that all right?
Yeah, that sounds wrong.
I think that's all right. See, that's all right. You know what I actually remember like a lot of specifically? I don't remember like a lot of religion in high school, but I remember like in primary school, you'd have like, I think his name was like, not, what do they call them? Father.
Chapel. Yeah, Chapel.
Yeah, Chapel.
Yeah.
I remember just singing all the time.
Yeah.
The one song in my head is "One day when I was lost, he died upon the cross."
Yeah.
For me, yeah, just for me. I'm like, okay.
I
Nothing
always
making me
thought
believe in him.
when I got older,
Mm.
I always thought it was so weird that in a public school system,
Mm.
we had chapel.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it's a government thing, would you?
Yeah, like I always thought, I was like, damn, that's really weird that a public school system with no private or religious ties to that. We had was it Friday or Thursday?
Pretty sure it's Friday.
We had
No, it's Thursday
chapel.
because on Friday we had
Friday we had
assemblies.
assemblies. We had chapel. And I was like, why do we have the local Anglican, by the way? Like the Anglican church came and did chapel.
I think
Like-
they just like rang up all the church and see who would come along.
Like my family's Anglican. I'm not religious, but my family's Anglican. And the only time I've ever been to church was when someone got married, Christian, or died. It wasn't like we go to church on Sundays.
Oh, no, I've never been to church for like one of them sermons.
Yeah,
I remember-
Anglicanism is a Western Christian tradition that is developed from the practices, liturgy, and identity of the Church of England following the English Reformation. So it's like a fucking. It was just like, oh yeah, what is it? Anglo-Saxon.
Oh, it's just too much. Like, I don't know. I've got better things to worry
Am
about.
I going to
like,
offend this chick with
global
blue hair? 'Cause
warming
she's
and
probably a fucking dude, or
am I going to
cat.
get a girlfriend
Probably.
before I get into year 7? Like that was more of my.
Oh, neither do I.
Oh fucking
I-
hell! Like
I
I have no
generally-
problem
like,
with
if
it. I
you-
don't know.
Wish to be identified as a fucking frying pan, that's cool. But do not assume that I already know that. Like, don't get offended when I call you by what I
Exactly,
clearly
100%.
see you as. Like, if I went, oh, hey, how you going, Sheila? Or, I said, oh, she's over there. And she's like, I'm actually a fucking frying pan. I'd be like, that's great. You look like a chick.
Oh, actually, here is something because I was so Chris Chan. You know Chris
Mm.
Chan. So for those who don't know Chris Chan was he made the comic Sonic Chew, which was a cross between Pokemon and Sonic Chew. And blah blah blah. Made this comic, made videos on the internet. Bit of a creep. Ended up getting arrested for incest, having sex with his own disabled mother, who he was looking after. Anyway, so like there's all this court stuff going on, blah blah blah, and people on the internet have been calling out other people about like, okay, so it was Christopher Chan, it's now Christine Chan, and they go, oh, he's a bit of a like, how could he have sex with his own mother? And people respond with, how could she have sex with her own mother? Like the only important thing is getting the correct pronouns. Do you guys realize that this person had sexual relations with their own mother and they're mentally ill? Like, is that really what we're doing?
It's
What did you send me?
The YouTube
Colin
clip
Buchanan?
one. He died upon the cross.
I'm just gonna play this and I'll sing along if I remember. Oh
I think
wait,
it
has this got Oh, this is good. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Wait, he died upon the cross. He died upon the cross. For me, your miss for me. One day when I was lost. Ben's taking a piss. He died across the cross. Subscribe to Ennui on radio on YouTube, and we have another channel as well. Died upon the cross for me. I'm gonna stop this video right now. Just another bit of a shout out. You should buy one of our shirts. I'm not wearing one right now. Ennui.ltd. We've got 2 shirts right now. The Adult Swim shirt, and we have the Supreme shirt. So it's just go to the store, buy a shirt. And as I mentioned before, if you want to listen to this podcast early, every Wednesday, you've listened to the one that's just come out, and then you go, oh wait, hang on, I could pay $5 a month and actually listen or watch next week's episode early. You can do that. We do want to not work in our shitty jobs. I feel like that's the only thing I say when we talk about it. It's not just about quitting our shitty jobs. It's about making an impact, Make the internet great again. That's what I think. I hope Ben's okay. It's taking a long time to take a piss. I really do hope he's okay. But, subscribe to the Patreon. We've got some videos coming as well. We've got some things filming. Actually, that's one thing I need to discuss with Ben after this podcast when we're going to record this video that we were going to do. Yeah. Ben. We're gonna. So, do you know what our next video is going to be?
Hopefully, you singing he died upon the cross. Can we do a video based around?
And it'll be I might do a TikTok.
Yeah. You should do a TikTok and then stitch the sound, because that'd be just as controversial as Addison Rae wearing that bikini. What is it? The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit was on a pussy or something.
I'll put my Holy Spirit in her.
Yeah, she is hot.
Chamber.
If anyone disagrees, they can fucking fight.
She's quite hot. Not wrong. You're not wrong whatsoever. Ben, can you actually tell me about your week? I actually don't know what you went to work.
It's Monday.
Week. And you also last week, okay?
Oh.
You went to work. You went to the footy.
It was the South Sydney Rabbitohs and the Far North Queensland Cowboys.
Is that what they're called? The Far North Queensland Cowboys.
They're from Far North. Because they're from Far North Queensland.
What's the difference between North Queensland and Far North Queensland?
Queensland's north of Australia, but then you have I don't know, it just is. It's just classified as Far North Queensland.
If we're going to rename the team, I think we should call them the Pretty Far Northeast Queensland Cowboys.
Northeast, they are east.
Southeast.
Actually, they're probably as far east as you can go, because Townsville is a coastal city on the eastern side of Australia. So you were right.
You can also include all that in the title of the game and then end it with Cowboys. For those who are our international viewers, this is rugby league, the superior rugby game in the world. Rugby union, they all kiss each other on the lips, apparently. That's what I've heard.
Fair enough. That's AFL.
Probably. And so you actually that's AFL. Yeah, there you go. For all our AFL viewers, shout out Tyler, my good friend, who's probably not listening right now. Fuck AFL. He actually does stats for AFL for I don't think he does for the AFL. I think it's the grade underneath the AFL, the first, the second grade. Not funny. But so your favorite team forever has been the Cowboys.
Not forever. At one point, I was a Tigers supporter. Yeah.
Yuck.
I learned from my mistakes.
So what happened to the Cowboys?
No,
they win? Surely they won.
By 10 points. 10.
How many points?
Which, if that sounds weird to any NRL supporters, that's because the Rabbitohs had a penalty score in the first 20 minutes, which was fucked.
Poor Cowboys. Go Newcastle Knights.
You're not a Knights supporter. Are you really?
Yeah, I am. I used to go to the Knights games with my dad all the time. Yeah. Dad was a St. George Illawarra Dragons fan since the beginning. And I was a Newcastle Knights fan, always.
No.
Did not know that. I just want to... Did you just send me sick Addison Rae deepfakes
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, they are pretty good, aren't they?
These are actually really good. You know what's actually the best part about you sending me these images? I finally have a good thumbnail for the episode. That's great. I don't have to think about
Yeah.
it. I don't have to go searching. I'll call the episode that sick Addison Rae
You should.
deepfakes. That's pretty good. I should, shouldn't I? No, I think I told this story ages ago. But me and my dad, when we were younger, when I was younger, he was younger as well. Just to clarify, we went to a Knights versus Dragons game, and we sat like just behind the goal
That's a
line.
shit spot. Shit.
And it was It was actually pretty good. So the guy, the team playing like scoring down our end was the Knights. The team scoring down the other end were the Dragons. And at one point, the Dragons scored a try, and my dad gets up and goes, "Yeah, Dragons!" And there were no other Dragons fans sitting behind our goal line. It was just me. I'm like, "Dad, sit down now. You're embarrassing yourself, mate."
We
No.
I obviously
I went
with some friends.
Haven't been to a game. He's a gay
I would
man.
actually generally I would like to go and watch a wrestling match with you. Just because I'd like to see how you react and how like the vibe is, because I know that I will still like walk out there going, "That was the gayest shit I've ever seen."
I think you need to I've been like to a lot of like small Australian shows. A majority of them are shit.
How
There
can
might
you
be
say like
like
your friend?
one or two good people. No, like he's always great.
He is very active on Twitter.
They
and I
are always
respect
great.
that. He is just like, yeah. I'm like, man,
Hustling.
I
Absolutely.
fucking hate wrestling, but I think you're probably a generally like good person to hang out with, and I imagine he's probably pretty funny. But I'm just like, I just can't get into what you do.
And that's fine. It's like I can't get into people who like I don't know, watch hentai all the time, but
or who make deepfakes. I probably
the
wouldn't
same
get
thing.
into
But
that.
like wrestling fans are like weird. Like I've been to like a lot of shows, and like especially like at really small shows, it's legitimately like, oh, there's wrestling in town. It's not like wrestling fans. It might be somebody who goes like, oh, I know John Cena.
Oh, really?
I know The Undertaker. I've been at local shows and they go, oh, where's John Cena? And they yell it out, and then like other fans laugh, and it's like, this is just cringe. Like I watch wrestling because I very much enjoy
like
wrestling. Like not just WWE. I love the Japanese stuff. Oh, fucking hell. I saw this video of these. It was a New Japan Pro Wrestling it was. And this guy, I think all he did was a missile drop kick. So jumped off the top rope, and it's like a drop. You know what I mean when I say drop kick? Like it's like a 2 feet.
Yeah, like they're not on the ground. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So he dives off the top rope, and it was a drop kick to the back of his head, and it just snapped forward. It was ridiculous. No, it was good though. It was good. And sometimes I'll actually, you know what? This is just like a bit of a segue. I like really watching like a backyard wrestlers on YouTube, and like it's these guys who like make actual promotions and whatever. These guys are never going to be wrestlers, but it's like they're jumping off trampolines and like doing flips kids. And like beating each other the titles. No, not kids. Like, no, that's the thing. Not kids. They could be anywhere between like 25 and like 40
they're old
years old.
Not to have kids. Like they pay taxes.
Absolutely. No, it's just interesting. But it's like, and you know, it's always in states like, I don't know, like Missouri, or in states like, I don't know, like where all the retards are. Utah, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you get where I'm going with that. No, but like wrestling fans are terrible. You see them all over Twitter, and they're like, oh, we love this company, but we hate this company. Like, just watch wrestling and enjoy it. It's almost as bad as like, you know, like K-pop fans, like BTS fans, like fans of YouTubers and shit. K-pop. Have you seen the video of Casey Neistat in the YouTube Rewind? And it's him and these two other girls, and they get their hands up and go, K-pop. And it's really cringe because it's Casey Neistat. You shouldn't be saying stuff like that.
YouTube Rewind since like 2017, dude.
See, it got cancelled in 2000. Didn't do one until 2021. Or no, that was because they decided the last one got thumbed down so many times because it had Will Smith at the start and like not many good creators. So interesting, right? Very interesting.
Yeah, it's
fucking terrible.
Will Smith slapped a guy.
Did you know that Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? Do you know Duh Man?
Duh Man.
When I say Duh,
I know Duh Man.
Stop sending. You just sent. No. Don't, you can't just keep talking when you just sent me a K-pop deepfake.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know. That could just be some weird Asian porn. Like I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Oh no. If it was Asian porn, they would have the penis would be blurred out, the vaginas would be blurred out, and the girls would be covering their faces because that's how Asian porn is. And I'm not a fan. I just want to see it all, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't just like watch porn just to have everything blurred out.
Well, I mean, I just Googled a certain thing and this come up.
Please be something that I can like
dig
my teeth into. Fuck me, can't. I'm waiting. It's slowly coming. Oh,
coming probably wasn't
Ben,
the worst.
look, we're trying to record a podcast.
The best word to use.
I'm just gonna get that make that bigger.
Out. This is like a talent, I swear, of some chicks.
Is this how we're ending the podcast? You're going to send me porn? I did not. I clearly didn't. Okay, I'm just waiting for you to send another.
This is a talent, by the way. I think I respect any person who can do this.
Am I going to describe what's happening here?
If you want to make money off this.
Girl, get jizz in. Girl, get jizz in. If you don't understand what that means, I'm not explaining it in more words. Girl, get jizz in. Push out jizz. Do you think if I say it in like, bro? Actually, I just had the most genius idea in the world. Okay, ready? Ben, hear me out. If we use broken English and like, you know, like we use words like, you know, jizz, like, do you think that like we could get past like the system and not get demonetized? Like if I say, girl, get jizz in, push out.
True.
Like you get the visual element. Like you can see what, yeah. I'm a fucking genius, aren't I?
This one is just your life.
Pretty genius.
By the way.
This better be the fucking final. What is this? Is this okay? I'm just going to describe what's going on here. So there's a man, and he's getting a toy getting shoved into his mouth by a woman, and there's another woman who is wearing a wearable toy, and is getting anally fucked. Wait, I think we might get demonetized if I say anally fucked. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we might. I'm going to end the podcast there because that's fucking disgusting. Ben, do you have any, relating to this, do you have any questions that you want to ask our fans? What's your favorite genre?
Yeah, what's your favorite genre?
If you know, you know.
You know what?
What's your favorite genre? If you know, you know.
If you know, you
know. Yeah, I like that.
There's an Instagram story.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah,
like
what,
if you know, you know.
What's
your favorite genre? I think I will. Thanks for listening to the podcast, guys. Subscribe. I've got to fucking do the outro, you fuckwit. Hey guys, you fucked me up. Subscribe to the YouTube. We've got some videos coming out on the main channel. Like and subscribe. Give us some 5 rating. If you want more, there's a Patreon. I don't know anymore, man.
Wow.
I'm really thinking about like, I think this is the last episode of the podcast ever.
That'd be really good.
You know what? I actually think we should go another 5 months.
That's a good idea. I could use a mental break from you.
You're a fuckwit. Go fuck yourself.
My light fell down again.
You're a fuckwit. Thanks for listening, guys.
Love you.
Dumb cunt. You are actually quite dumb if you think about it.
You ever wonder why I drink so much when we record these? So I don't have to deal with this shit. Like I always get a buzz on when we have to record. I'm like, I just want to deal with that.
Are you serious right now?